Hey everyone, welcome to Alma de Tinta Studio. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I created this Stranger Things inspired red sky. The blend, the glow, and the stormy dark tones. I'll be using Ohuhu alcohol markers, gel pen, and acrylic marker for the final highlights. You can follow every step. I'll show you the exact Ohuhu color I'm using on screen each time I switch shades. So let's start. Before coloring, I start by lightly sketching the main sections of the sky with a regular pencil. First, the horizon line. This is where the lightest color will go. Then I sketched the bottom part of the clouds, the shapes that you would see from the ground looking up. Now I'm coloring the section of the sky right under the red storm clouds. Basically, the part of the sky that's still normal before everything turns dark. I start with my light pastel tones and I always blend from light to medium before moving into the darker shades. For this area, I want a soft gradient that goes from a warm glow on the left to a slightly darker, cooler tone on the right. Because in the Stranger Things scenes, the light usually fades as the storm spreads. I'm adding my pastels in thin layers, overlapping each one so they blend smoothly. And every time I switch to a new color, you will see the Ohuhu cap pop up on screen, so you know exactly which marker I'm using. Now, I'm moving into the bright orange section, right under the dark upside down clouds. This part is basically the reflection of the normal sky, but it gets a lot more intense because it's sitting directly under the storm. I'm using a deeper, more saturated orange here, and I blend it upward into the shadows of the clouds. So the transition looks hot and glowing, almost like the sky is burning. I keep my strokes horizontal and I overlap the color several times to build that really solid, vivid tone. Now, I'm starting the darkest part of the sky. And I begin on the left side because in the scene, the clouds are heavier on that side. Before adding the deep reds, I always place my lighter reds first. And in the areas where the light still breaks through, I add a touch of yellow and orange underneath. That little glow will show through once I layer the darker colors on top. And it makes the clouds look like they're lit from below. After that base is in place, I'd switch to my deep reds and burgundy tones. I'm building the depth layer by layer, blending the darker colors over the lighter ones without covering them completely. I use long curved strokes that follow the shape of the clouds, and I leave a few lighter patches so everything looks thick and dimensional, not flat. Little by little, the sky turns into that dense, stormy, upside down red. Now, I'm coloring the Mind Flayer, and I'm doing this part before finishing the sky on purpose. I'm using a dark gray as the base color because I want him to look like a silhouette inside the storm, not something bright or separate from the scene. Once the gray vase is in place, I'll come back with the dark reds and blacks from the clouds and blend them over the Mind Flayer. So he looks like he's actually hidden between the clouds, almost camouflaged inside the upside down storm. Now, I'm finishing the rest of the red sky. And this part is all about blending. I'm adding my darker shadow tones first, especially in the thick areas of the clouds. And then I use my medium reds to smooth the transitions. Whenever there's light coming through the clouds, I leave a little bit of that orange or the light red underneath so the glow looks natural. As I move across the sky, I keep layering darks and mediums until the whole gradient feels smooth and dense, without harsh lines. And while I blend, I make sure to pull some of those darker clouds colors over the Mind Flayer, just lightly, so he looks like he's inside the clouds instead of sitting on top of them. Little by little, the sky gets that heavy upside down look, deep reds, soft transitions, and shadows that feel alive. And now, for the final touches, the lightning. I'm using a white gel pen to draw the main lightning lines. I keep the strokes thin and slightly irregular, so the lines look sharp, like real electricity. Once the white lines are in place, I take an acrylic marker in a light color and I outline around the gel pen, very gently. That little halo makes the lightning look like it's actually glowing, like the light is spreading into the clouds. I add just a few of these glows, not too many, because the sky is already very intense. And that's it, the last detail that makes the whole sky feel alive. So this is it, friends. I hope this tutorial helps you if you want to try this Stranger Things style sky yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for interacting with this video, for the likes, for saving it to come back to it later, and for all your comments. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below. I'm always happy to help. See you in the next video. Bye!